Welcome back. Joining me now are Asia Lastar and Al Anderson to talk about their upcoming event, What About Us? All right, so What About Us? Tell me about this.
What About Us? What About Us is a celebration of Black manhood, which is, you know, an event that was started actually after the Trayvon Martin verdict. And I just started thinking about like all of the men that I know who do a lot of positive things in the community. So I wanted to kind of redefine that image of how we see Black men and, you know, start that dialogue and discussion. So
is it a dialogue and discussion? Is it a panel discussion? What can people, when they attend to
well,
it?
It's a panel discussion, live entertainment. We have vendors. So it's just like a big celebration to just kind of celebrate their voices.
Okay, and so sitting next to me is Al Anderson, who's a musician and an actor, a father, a husband.
All of that.
How did you become involved as a panelist?
Well, actually, me and Al met a couple of years ago. Well, more than a couple of years ago, but we did an event together, a hip hop event celebrating women. So he and I did that together, and I always thought about him and, you know, the things that he do, and I thought he would be the perfect person. So he was one of the panelists.
Got it. So Al, what are you planning to talk about? I mean, you wear many hats.
I wear many
professionally
hats.
as well as personally.
Yeah, just like the last event we had at the Regional Arts Commission was real cool because you had a lot of mothers that brought their sons. And so it was myself and some other guys that were there. And we kind of talk about being fathers, being husbands, being more aware of our place in the community, that kind of thing. So it was some back and forth, and we got to answer some questions, and it got a little lively. But it was cool. I like the opportunity to not really, I don't want to use the term role model, because some stuff in my life I don't really want people to follow after, but maybe an example of how you can still do what you're supposed to do and still handle your business and still be a man and be strong and be a father and do that kind of stuff. So I was so happy when Asia asked me to do it. She kind of called me out of the blue and was like, "Can you do this for me?" And I was like, yeah. So I'm excited about doing this next one, and I'm looking forward to some other ones too.
Well, what's great about this, I feel like time and time again, whether it's something that happens from a violence perspective or crime or education, people constantly come back to, well, where are all the Black role models, especially Black men? I mean, I feel to a certain extent unfairly sometimes people really target the community to say, well, what about this? And you're kind of providing a response to that.
Right.
And this is something, so is this for parents to attend, or is it also for young people?
I mean, this is for everybody. I mean, we want everybody. And honestly, despite your race or age, everybody, because we want the world to see that there's so many examples of positive African-American men. From this event, we've had men already start to mentor other young men. So, I mean, it's a really, really positive experience. And we have so much, like so many people are volunteering and calling and asking what can they do. So, I mean, it's been a great response from the men.
So based on the last one that you did, and you were talking about the people who are in attendance and the panel discussion, what were some of the things brought up? What were some of the questions or topics that you brought up, or one that comes to mind that was pretty important to you?
One of the things that came up was taking care of your kids. I mean, we have a lot of blended families, a lot of families where the fathers and the moms are not together. And in our community, in the African-American community specifically and at large, we have those issues where it's still about the parenting and the responsibility and that kind of thing. So we got in a pretty heated debate about whose job is what and the responsibilities that fathers have and mothers have. And so that's the kind of stuff that we get into. So it gets a little heated, but it's good natured. It didn't get out of hand or anything like that.
Absolutely, and I do believe it's the little things like this that over time build up that really count, that really start to substantiate whether that becomes a movement, but just getting the dialogue out there. Tell us the details, Asia. This is taking place this weekend?
Yes, this weekend, November the 16th, from 1 to 5 at the 14th Street Artist Gallery in the Old North area. I believe the address is 2701. 14th Street.
North 14th Street. And you can email questions to, what is it? It's whataboutusstl@gmail.com for more questions. Well, congratulations on your first one, and much success to you and congratulations on the second one.
Thank you.
And for everyone at home, you should go check it out. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and email Asia, but please check it out this weekend. We're gonna come back with more STL TV Live, so please stay with us.